By this point in your life, you probably purchased a lot of goods online, and sometimes the goods match our expectations completely. The product is exactly what we thought we would be getting. It works exactly like we thought it would. But other times you may have been disappointed. The product wasn't the right color, or the product wasn't the right size, or the quality was not what you expected. Or maybe it simply didn't do what you expected it to do. Now, when you realize that the product did not meet your expectations, you probably realized you had choices. You could return it, and then you could ask for a refund, or you could exchange it for another product, or you may simply decide that you have some use for it anyway, even if it doesn't exactly match what you thought you were purchasing, and in that situation, you would keep the thing. So in this module, we're going to talk about the performance of contracts. It's the same principles at stake. In every sales contract, the seller has an obligation to deliver conforming goods, and in every sales contract, the buyer has an obligation to accept and pay for conforming goods. So your choices in the consumer situations are similar to the choices that you will have in a commercial transaction. Now, these choices may be defined by the contract between you and the seller or between the parties. So, for instance, the terms and conditions of your return or exchange with Amazon are probably going to be found within your membership agreement with Amazon. And those terms and conditions may specify procedures or provide for time limits. So, oftentimes, the boundaries of performance are set forth in the contract. But sometimes in business, your contract with a seller or buyer may be silent on the question of failure to perform, meaning either the seller didn't provide conforming goods or the buyer didn't accept and pay for the goods. So, as in every sales contract, however, the UCC exists to supply the default applicable rules. Remember, the UCC is always going to be a gap filler. It's going to fill in those areas where the contract is silent. So, in this module, we're going to look at the default rules that govern performance of a contract, and we'll start with the obligations of the seller and the obligations of the buyer. Hope you enjoy it.